As Charles Woodson would say, Raiders. Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. I know it's been a few weeks since Nate and I have been together on a Thursday night, but here we are. We're back. So, what's up, brother? How you been?
What's good? Nothing, just chilling, working, same old.
Well, it's nice to be back on screen with you. One-on-one situation here, usually with all the people on with us, but it's nice to finally be back to somewhat of a semblance of normal. But we only get 2 weeks of this. We get this week, next week, and then we take another week off because Christmas Day is a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So just to give everybody a heads up, we won't be on Christmas Day, but we will plan on doing a show on on New Year's Day that night. So on January 1st, we will be on then, but we'll not be here on Christmas Day. So actually, you're going to San Diego, aren't you?
This weekend?
No. No, you're staying home for Christmas.
Yeah,
right?
for Christmas? Yeah.
No, it's this weekend you're going to San Diego. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So, so after, we're not going to really talk about last week's game unless you really want to.
Not much to talk about, to be honest.
We're on the same page. So we're pretty much just going to, sit here and talk about this week's game, which is the Eagles and the Raiders. It's an East Coast trip for the Raiders, the third one, right? Third one of the season. Because it was New England, Washington, Philly. Yeah, so third East Coast, far East Coast. Because granted, we did go to the Colts, so that's somewhat most East. So NFL did us a lot of favors this year with East Coast trips, that's for sure. But now here's my feeling on this. Do we have a chance? What do you think?
I don't really think so. I think this is mainly a get-back game for the Eagles because they had a terrible showing on Monday night against the Chargers, and they're coming back home against a team that, one, isn't very good just in general, two, is not used to playing in the elements, and the Raiders, as of recent, have played pretty poorly in inclement weather. So I think that this is not a good game for the Raiders to try and get a W.
Yeah, and that's what gives me hope is watching them Monday night, how bad they looked on their offense. So, I mean, you've always got a chance regardless, the whole any given Sunday crap. And there's such parity in the NFL. I mean, look at how many teams this year are doing good that have been shitty the last couple of years. Not us, though. We've looked shitty and we continue to be. We're the only ones that can't get a break, it seems. Us in Cleveland. So, I mean, do I still hold out some sort of hope that we can pull it off? Of course I do. I'm a Raiders fan. You gotta stay positive in some aspect. You can't always be like, oh, we suck, we're horrible, we'll never win a game. but there's always that glimmer of hope. But let's hit the chat up. Let's see who's here with us tonight. We've got Robert Pena's in the house. Let's see, Robert. Did JT the Brick try to roast you on your comment? In the chat, he did that day, myself and Leo. But he's more or less talked about it on his show. Not us in general, like the names of who the people were, but just the people that had been giving him crap and calling us dummies and everything. So that's why you'll see Leo and I call each other dummies all the time. It's because of that. Let's see, what's with the 4 live streams? All right, explanation for why there's so many live streams showing on my channel is I had the one for tonight, so that shows up as 2 streams, the vertical and the portrait. I mean the landscape. But I also went in and pre-made the show for Friday night, and I pre-made Jason Downs did the one for Saturday night. So that's why it looks like there's so many shows for me. Because normally I don't do them until the day of the event of the show. But because I'm going to be away, I already set up the Friday night show. I'm not going to be on tomorrow night. I might pop in here and there. I'll be live in Philly. Saturday, I may also do the same thing. I may pop in from the event Saturday night. So, as Nate can attest, when we were here for the New England game, I didn't have much chance to do much of anything as far as like streaming and taking videos and pictures. I was extremely limited because I was just so goddamn busy. This is going to be a different experience for me. I'm going to have a little bit more relaxation on this one. I'm going to be able to sit back and do more, getting footage. Sort of like what Nate did when he was out here. He was taking videos and pictures and all kinds of shit. So this is going to be my trip to be able to do some of that. I'm not going to obviously do it as well as he did. He's done this a lot more with me, but this is another learning curve for me. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's why there were so many. And yes, we were late. This was totally my fault tonight, so I do apologize for that. Like Guerrero's here.
Salute.
Watch your next Wolverines. What's up, John Leone? Oh, they did pull dirty. Oh, I was like, all right. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I already said that. Daniel Berry's here. What's up, Daniel Berry? Martinez is in the house. Dixon Sight is here. Eric Bell's here. What's going on?
What up, Eric?
87 Nada. What's up, my man?
What's up, man?
So I did kind of spend a lot of time today setting up all those other shows, but I did still put stuff together for us to discuss tonight. I know you've got your take on things too. So with everything that's changed with this team in the last couple of weeks, meaning, we've seen Caleb Rogers get into the game as a rookie. We've seen Darian Porter get out there now and get some serious play time as a rookie. We've seen a little bit more of Betch since Olsen took over. We've seen Olsen take over the offense now. Have you seen a big difference from when it was still Chip Kelly calling the shots? Or have you seen somewhat of an improvement on the offense? Do you see a big improvement or do you see status quo?
I honestly have not seen like a huge difference. It seems like the offense gets it together in spurts. Like there's good play callings in some drives. But for the most part, it's been pretty much the same as prior to firing Chip Kelly. I think it mainly comes down to the personnel that we have. The personnel kind of just stayed the same, and besides really Caleb Rogers and now this week the injury to Geno Smith, it's kind of just figuring out, still gaining chemistry because we've had a rotating kind of offensive personnel. Like we had Jacoby Myers was here. Our offensive line is super hurt. It's been banged up all season. They've been changing places. Our wide receivers have been interchangeable all year, and people have retired. Amari Cooper retired earlier this year, so like it's been pretty hectic as far as personnel wise all season for the Raiders. So I think now that it's starting to be a little bit more stable, I guess. A little bit, not really, but a little bit more stable on who we know is going to be in there and who's going to be taking reps. I think it's starting to show a little bit more, but it's not much though.
Yeah, and I agree. Unfortunately, it's a little too late.
Yeah.
There's some changes that should have been made earlier in the season. Um, and let's see, Dixon says it's true too. I mean, Pickett at least shows that he cares. You can see it out there just
Yeah,
in the way he handles himself on the field. I think that the players probably respect him more. I don't think I think they've lost respect for Geno is the thing.
I think so too.
You know, I think the line was done with him. And I mean, how many press conferences or interviews is he had this season where he's just thrown people under the bus? You know, pass blame on someone else. You know, kind of Pete Carroll too, because I think one of his interviews this week he was kind of blaming the defense a little bit in one of his interviews. It's like, dude, the whole team is in disarray. The whole team's to blame. You can't be singling out the defense, especially when your offense can't do jack shit and your defense is out there all the time because your offense is that bad. And what's up, Frank Weber? Frank Weber's in the house. And you're right, too, because we've seen a fullback a couple of times. Not that often, but we never saw that with Chip Kelly's offense. You know, so we have seen a little bit of a change there, too. So with now Pickett obviously getting the start this week because Geno's injured, and we all know that's the only reason Pickett's getting the start. You said it last night on the Raider Connection. That's the only reason is because Geno's hurt. Other than that, Pickett wouldn't be out there. Because Pete Carroll's just married to that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think maybe the playbook gets opened up a little bit more?
That's the thing is,
because he is a different style quarterback from Geno.
I don't know how much they can even open up the playbook in general. Like, it seemed like there wasn't like Chip Kelly. We've said it all season. Chip Kelly's offense did not seem like this was the offense the Raiders were running all year, and so. If that's the case, that means that somebody, and the reports are that it's Pete Carroll, was limiting Chip Kelly on what he can run and the way he was running the offense. So if that's the way they've been running it all year, I don't know if there is an expansion to the playbook that they currently have. I think it's just kind of what they've got and then figuring it out and in different formations and things like that. Like you said, they've played guys at fullback, which we haven't seen yet. That's a different formation than what we've seen all season. So that's kind of just what they have right now is what they got. And I think that's what they're going to roll with, especially with someone that's inexperienced with this team in Kenny Pickett. They're going to be limited on top of limited. So I think that's what's going to be happening.
And not to mention, I mean, it's Philly's defense. You know, the strong point for Philly right now is the defense because we've seen their offense lately and it doesn't look good.
Mm-hmm.
Which I know we're always clamoring for Genty to get more carries. I think that's going to be a tough task for him this week, to be honest with you. You know, as far as getting the carries that everybody's expecting him to have, you know, that 20 to 25 touches in a game. I think it's going to be one of those situations where we pull out of the run early because we could be down by, 2 or 3 scores and we need those quick strikes. But we're not built for that, right? We're not built for those fast strikes, I don't think.
Not really.
Especially with Thornton out there, we're not. I know he's probably not going to be playing this week either. I haven't looked at the injury report yet. Plus, it's not really finalized till tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I just want to go back to this one question from 87 Nada. Burrow and Saleh. I know that's where obviously everybody's talking about, Pete Carroll, whether he's here or not next year, who we'd want to see as coaches. I think you and I were on the same page on Saleh to begin with.
Yeah, I like
during
Saleh.
the off season. I do too. And I know Leo and Rundown were on today and they were talking about Burrow, but we've also said this on the connection too, that I would give anything to get Burrow here as a quarterback, provided we have the line for him, because he is a fragile dude. He's had an injury history. But my God, could you imagine this team if we had Burrow back here? I mean, that would actually probably solve our quarterback problems for a while. Where you could go and get a rookie and let him sit for a couple of years behind a kid like Burrow. I think he wants out of Cincinnati. I wouldn't be surprised.
His press conference as of recent, I'm not sure. It's within the past couple of days. His press conference of recent has gone pretty viral with what he said. He basically just kind of said, like, if football's not going to be fun to play anymore, that there's no point to playing football. He was just kind of saying that in a general statement, and people are taking it as if like he's not having fun in Cincinnati, and people are saying he's either going to be like an Andrew Luck and just hang it up because
I hope not.
injury and
Yeah.
not having fun anymore, or he's going to request a trade. And obviously, everyone over here is hoping that's the latter because we of course want him over here. But to me, I don't see any plausible way to get Burrow over here besides maybe free agency. But I don't even know what his contract situation is either.
I don't
So
either.
so I don't know if that's even a possibility. As far as a trade, I think it's going to hinder us way too much to get somebody like that because they're going to command a lot from us. And if we just are stuck with a bad offensive line on top of Burrow, like we're going to be basically the same thing as the Cincinnati Bengals are now. And that's not they're a good football team on paper, but when it comes to actually playing the games, they have obvious holes on defense, offensive line, and I think
Yeah.
that's where the same situation if we try to get somebody like Burrow we would be in. So I don't think that there would be any kind of way to get him over here.
I mean, the one thing I think would happen with Burrow that would be different, even if this offensive line is as porous as it is now. He's obviously a hell of a lot much better quarterback than Geno or anything we've got on the roster. I think just the respect defenses would have for his ability as a quarterback would probably give us a little bit more time for stuff to happen with the, you know what I'm saying? Like they would respect the passing game a little bit more. But yeah, we're still garbage. But imagine being a quarterback of his caliber, playing with guys like Jamar Chase, Higgins, and you're saying the game's not fun. You got one of the premier wide receivers in the NFL, and the job, the game's still not fun. The job's still not getting done. That's rough, man. That's rough. Could you imagine Joe Montana saying that when Jerry Rice was on his team? This game's not fun anymore. It's like, dude, you got the best receiver in the history of the NFL. How is it not fun anymore?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but it's not his fault though. That's the thing too. That's the organization not doing anything to help him by bringing in the other support players.
Right.
So I mean that sucks. I feel bad for the kid, and it's funny because when he got drafted to Cincinnati, and this was way before I did the YouTube stuff. I even said on Facebook as it popped up as a memory, I said, well, God bless you, Joe Burrow. You're going to be lost in Cincinnati. And I mean, it's kind of half and half been that for him. He's going to go to, because they were a shitty super shitty team at the time he got there.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Let's see what's up, Jason.
What up,
Downs
Jason?
is there. Let's see. This offense playbook is exactly like Tech Ball status. Only 2 plays, pass plays, and 2 run plays. Yeah, right.
That's what it looks like right now.
Yeah. Matthew Hawkins. I mean, that's kind of what I think everybody's in favor of for the most part.
That's what it seems like the majority is.
Yeah, but not if Pete's here. That's my feeling. If Pete's here, then no.
Yeah,
I don't want him being in charge of a rookie quarterback because he's not going to be here. He's going to be here for what? For 2 years with the kid, and then he's going to leave. Or if he's here for 3 years because he's got that 4th year option. No, I want a young coach.
that would be nasty. Bro.
That would be a nasty, because that's one thing he's never had. He's never had a surefire tight end. He's had good ones, but he's never had a kid of his caliber, But that's all he would have at a receiver right now for us would be Brock.
Yeah.
But could you imagine if if Brock was on that team? I don't think he'd be saying he's not having fun.
Yeah, legit.
Who are you going to double team? You're going to double team Jamar. You're going to double team Brock because you can't double them both. Rams could say fuck it next year and throw the picks for Burrow.
I would hate that. I would fucking hate that.
Get Burrow in draft and in free agency build O-lineman. Yeah, that's definitely. I mean, we got to hit that free agent market hard, man. But getting back to this game this weekend, I know it's brought up a lot of talk about Burrow now after that.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter looks like he's not going to play. So that
is.
that they take a hit on that front, but they're still such a deep team. I mean, their whole defensive front is former Georgia guys, from their championship years. How much of an impact do you think that has with him out?
I mean, he's obviously a tremendous talent. I don't think it's gonna matter as much, considering the rest of the surrounding pieces they have there currently that are definitely going to play. So, I mean, it's just a little bit less of something that we have to worry about, but they still have, Jordan Davis and Jalen Phillips, and they have a squad over there on defense. So it's
Really
it's
do.
still going to be a very tough task.
Then we got a draft compensation for Burrow. Yeah, Arnie's in the house. What's up, Arnie?
Salute, Arnie.
I'd include Crosby in a trade for Burrow to limit the draft picks we could have to give up.
Like, the thought of it is nice. Like, I understand what you're trying to say, because like it's obviously Crosby's a premier player, so we wouldn't have to give up much. But then it would be like exactly like I said, we would be in the same position that the Cincinnati Bengals are in currently, that they don't have a good defense and their offensive line is shitty. And Joe Burrow's not going to want to play for an organization that basically just does the same thing that Cincinnati is doing. Plus, Cincinnati has his former collegiate teammate and close friend in Jamar Chase. So there's like no point at
Yeah.
that point.
So I don't know if you want to answer this one. Brandon says, "Why Salah? What has he shown as a head coach? Very little from what I've seen."
See, so to me, Salah was doing great up until the point they got Aaron Rodgers. Salah had the Jets defense absolutely killing it. The Jets defense was extremely good, and obviously they had problems on offense. They thought Aaron Rodgers was going to be the missing piece. Didn't turn out to be the case. But what happened was, I don't know if this was Robert Saleh's thought or his idea, or if it was the organization. They gave Aaron Rodgers way too much control over personnel, and coaching, hires, and input. Like, of course, Aaron Rodgers is possibly or most likely going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but you
Oh
don't
God,
just
yeah.
you don't just give somebody absolute control of your NFL franchise like that. Like, that's just something you don't do.
Excuse me.
So I think that if we can kind of make sure that we separate, the personnel from the organization, like football personnel and the organization, I think we'll be okay, as long as we don't give somebody like Aaron Rodgers the reins to basically do whatever he wanted. Really,
You're right. I mean, because when he first got there, he was like, "Oh, I want this guy from Green Bay. I want that guy. I want this guy." And then when
Mhm.
Devontae Adams was available, it was. I don't think he was vocal in public about it, but he was.
It was
He
just
was not.
obvious.
Yeah, he was knocking on the coaches and the GM's doors and the owners' doors, saying, "Hey, you got to get this guy." So he had a heavy hand in getting Devontae there, and how well did that work out for them? Not very well,
Yeah.
you know. But I mean, it sucks. Devontae went from our horrible situation to, I think at that point it was even worse when he got there.
Yeah, agreed.
And now look at him. Now he's with the Rams, and
Leading the league in touchdowns.
yeah. Why can't we have nice things and keep them? Why do we always lose the nice things?
Josh McDaniels. That's why.
Yeah, pretty much. Arnie's got a question. What are your expectations on offense and defense against the Eagles? Who are you most interested in watching in this game? I'll hit this one quick. On offense, I don't expect much, to be honest with you, mainly because Philly's defense is just that damn good. And it's not just their front. Their secondary is good. Cooper DeJean has just been on fire this season. Just overall, man, their defense is just top notch. The only chance I think we have of moving that ball is Brock, but they're gonna be on him big time. They're not gonna let him do damage across the middle like we're hoping. And what am I most interested in watching this game? I want to see, in all honesty, that's kind of why I was hoping Jalen Carter was going to play. I want to see Caleb Rogers going up against him, because it's pretty much the side he would have been lined up on. I want to see what he can do against a premier defensive tackle. We'll probably get to see that at the end of the season when we play the Chiefs. But I really, and well, we're going to see it next week too in Houston. I want to see what he would have done against Jalen Carter. I'm curious against the top dog like that.
Mm-hmm.
What's your?
Just for evaluation purposes, like
Oh
just to
God, yeah.
see, like the level of talent that he's at currently, and then to see, okay, we can build off of this, or hey, he's probably not the best fit here. To me, I don't have any expectations. I think that right now it's a losing battle either way, because if we win, then we drop out of the first or second spot. If we lose, then obviously we're still a bad team. So it's a losing situation for the Raiders either way. So I don't have any expectations. All I want to see, like I said yesterday too, was quality reps from the young guys that we drafted, like Besh and Rogers and Thornton and Porter. Like I just definitely want to see them get more quality reps, because obviously, like we said yesterday too, they were in there, but they weren't getting targeted, or they were only in there for a couple of reps where they couldn't even find a groove in the game. Like if you're only in there for a couple of reps, you can't really establish yourself in game speed. Like of course they're playing like special teams, but special teams and playing a defensive rep is completely different
Yeah,
when it comes to the flow of the game. So I think that that's what I really want to see, and obviously the play of Kenny Pickett and how this offense moves
true. I didn't
differently
even think of that. Yeah.
um, with him at the helm rather than Geno Smith.
You know what? We didn't say anything. I didn't say anything about the defense. On defense, I think that's where we could have a chance to make an impact. Only because, again, Philly's offense hasn't been the best, and if they don't change things up based on what I saw Monday night, and they stay those two sets with the way that they play, I think our defense could do a little bit of damage against their offense. Basically, if we can stop the run and force Jalen Hurts to throw the ball. Jalen Hurts is making some bad mistakes this year. He's making bad throws, throwing it at the wrong times. That's where I think we could possibly have a chance on defense to stymie their offense.
Mm-hmm.
Is forcing him to throw, not scramble, because I don't want him running, because if he runs, he's going to burn us. But keeping him in the pocket so he can't get out and he's forced to throw the ball. I think that's probably one of the closest I think we're going to come to possibly, slowing their offense down. Because if we let them go operate at a high pace like we saw last year, especially with their offense, they would they'd beat us 54-0. They would just every time they touch the ball, they're going to score.
Yeah,
I just don't see that with their offense this year. Their offense took a step back, big time. Saquon doesn't seem to be Saquon completely.
yeah, not this
But
season. He hasn't really.
No, but I wonder. Well, I know people that have him on fantasy are probably screaming.
Yeah.
Granted, he had a decent game last week with that long ass touchdown run. So that helps. But I don't know if it's him necessarily or if it's just the offensive scheme. Because don't forget, it's new offensive coordinator this year. So
My brother is a big Eagles fan, and he's saying he watches like all the Eagles, like what we do, podcasters and things like that. He says that it's offensive play caller. I mean, I don't really watch a ton of Eagles games. Like it'll be on and I'll watch it a little bit, but it's definitely the play caller. That's from what he's told me and what I've overheard, it's definitely everyone is upset with the difference from him and Kellen Moore from last season. Kellen Moore is a great offensive mind. So the fact that you go from that to a pretty basic offense, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah, and one that's obviously easy to figure out because some teams have just had their number.
Yep.
Gee, boy, what he's watching and listening to sounds a lot like what we're going through. Bad offensive play calling. Accelerators here. What's up, man? Guys like Joe Burrow really come along. I'm willing to give up as much draft capital as possible for him. We'll see. Let's see. Joe's a generational QB. Yeah, F off the draft.
Yeah, Zach Wilson pick. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. I forgot he was there too. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and then what was it? Last season they had Fields and No, was it last year? Or was it
No, that's this year.
this year?
Yeah,
Right, Fields is there
Fields.
this year. Yeah, no, he's out now too.
Yeah,
Anyway, another question: would you rather get defensive head coach or play calling? I want offensive minded head coach.
that's my thought too.
Salah would be the one exception.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and the Jets defense was doing good when Salah was there. Definitely.
Extremely.
I haven't seen cornerback Richardson play. Is he in Pete's doghouse or with JPJ, Rogers, and Pickett? Isn't he?
Did he get cut? Or the practice squad?
I don't know.
What's his first name? I
I
know
don't
who you're
know.
talking about, but I forgot his first name.
Decamarion.
There you go.
He's second string
Cameron.
behind Stokes.
Oh, because of injuries now?
I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen anything on injuries on him.
No, because Caillou Blue Kelly got hurt. So he's probably got elevated.
Oh, yeah, probably now. Yeah, okay. Dixon said, we're going to lose. New sub and thumbs up. See you soon. Thanks, brother. We appreciate you, man. Make sure you hit both channels, though. I appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, they still got Josh. Jordan Davis. That's it. That's the name from Philly's defense. The other one. Jordan
He has
Davis.
7 total tackles this year.
Who, Richardson?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Accelerator. Raiders 84, Eagles 20. Yeah, coach. That's what Nate was saying too at the start. What's up, coach? Welcome in, man. Yeah, I smell a get right game for the Eagles. Yeah, they need it after Monday because they looked horrible. And yet they're still winning their division. The only thing I want to see is us lose the rest of the way because then we can get Fernando Mendoza. We need to start over because I'm not getting any younger. Yeah, you and me both, brother. It's been 40-something years since I've seen this team win a Super Bowl. And I keep saying this. I ain't waiting another 40 years because I'll be dead. I ain't living to 95. If I do, that'll be a miracle. And they better put my body up for medical science evaluation afterwards because for me to live to 95 would be crazy. Yeah, seeing Jason's on the same page as you and I, too. If we're going to grab a quarterback, we got to have an offensive head coach, offensive-minded coach. The New England Patriots sending me a $2 super chat. That's for thanking us for being at the game this season and helping them lose. Jeff, we want to thank you for your long-time support. Yeah, thanks, New England Patriots. Fuckers. I hate that team. God, I hate that goddamn team. Any players on our current team you would re-sign? I don't even know who's a free agent at the end of the season. That's a good question. Do you want to go through that right now?
I'm down. Off the top of my head, I think I would re-sign Devin White. I know people are extremely on the fence. A lot more on the fence than I thought, to be honest, because I was going through TikTok today actually, and I seen somebody post like their worst like Raiders for this year, and Devin White was up there in the top 3, I think. But I think right now the Raiders don't seem to have a plan at linebacker. So to me, Devin White has been one of the better, I guess, players so far. He has trouble tackling sometimes, but to me, I think we just for depth purposes alone to keep him on there, keep him on the roster at least, until we have someone better, or if we draft someone better, like to help him out. So I would say him.
Well, do you want, before you go too far, do you want me to read off who's the...
Sure.
Because there's 23 players on this list.
No, I know there's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So at the top of the list is Malcolm. I'm reading to him in order of their previous annual
their value.
contract.
Yeah.
So Malcolm Kuntz is number 1. Then it's Daniel Carlson, Kenny Pickett, Eric Stokes, Landon Roberts, Lonnie Johnson, Mozart, who will be 34 by the time the season starts next year. Lecky Fotu, Parham. Do you know Parham's only 26?
Yeah.
Jacob Barbenmoyer. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, the long snapper.
Okay. Some people don't. That's why. That's one I would say we re-sign. No
Yeah.
questions asked. You never let your long snapper go because those guys.
Well, I mean, he kind of lost us the Chicago game.
Yeah, did he really though?
Yeah, he did.
All right. So he had one bad game in a season of shitty ass games. So
Yeah.
Tyler Lockett, who will be 34 by the time the season starts next year. Jamal Adams, Darnay Holmes, Forsyth, Devin White, Zamir White. Thank God we can get rid of him. Sam Webb, Tristan McCullum, Kai Blue Kelly, Snowden, Thomas Booker, Meredith, and Putnam.
I think I said yes to 3 people, maybe out of 23 people. I said yes to maybe 3 or 4. And that was Booker because, I mean, we traded away a corner for him. So I think we should just to see what he has. Like, we've only had him for less than a season. So
yeah, he's only 27, and his
yeah.
current salary is only 900,000.
Yeah, we can get him for cheap too back.
Yes,
So I think him.
rotational for sure.
I said Devin White already.
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly, I love Daniel Carlson. I know everybody's ready to get off of him. I think that he had a really bad year this year. Of course, that's not a question. But I do like him. I wouldn't be opposed to re-signing him. But yeah. And then there was one more person. Go ahead.
Before you go too far on Daniel Carlson, while we're at it, right? So he's 30 years old, so he will be 31 by the time the season starts. Not that that's old for a kicker. That's not, obviously.
Right.
But his current salary is 4.6 mil. His market value right now is 1.1.
See if we get him for cheaper.
If we get him for cheaper, then maybe. But I'd have to also look and see what else is going to be out there for free agent kickers, or
yeah.
To be honest with you, seriously, I mean, it's just he's hurt us more than he's helped us this season.
This season for sure.
Yeah, his kickoffs are fine. I'm not giving him credit. I'm not pissed at him for his kickoffs, but his actual kicking for field goals and PATs. I mean, come on, man, you're missing PATs that aren't even blocked some cases.
Yeah.
What about Pickett?
See, I don't think we need him is the thing. I think the reason we got him was because AOC wasn't ready to fill that backup spot by the beginning of the year because he was injured. He had the thing with his wrist or whatever. And so I think we needed to fill that spot with someone that wasn't our 7th round draft pick. And so that's why we decided to trade for Kenny Pickett. I don't know if we re-sign him again because Aiden O'Connell, I think his last season is going to be next year. So there's no point if he stays healthy. And also, if we don't get the quarterback or if we don't draft the first round quarterback, we're going to be stuck with another stopgap quarterback, of course. So there's no point to having that many on the roster at one time because those are all O'Connell, Pickett, Gino. Those are all stopgap quarterbacks. So there's no point of having all of those guys plus Cam Miller on the practice squad.
Well, again, that's just a list of the guys that are going to be free agents. There's also a list of guys that aren't free agents that we're probably going to say bye-bye.
Right, exactly.
And then there's going to be a list of guys that we're definitely going to be keeping, we're not going to say bye-bye to, even though that, they're still in the country. Like Aiden O'Connell at this point, why would you get rid of him? Let him stay until the end of his contract. I mean, he's still a viable backup. I mean, because if you just outright cut him, somebody is going to take him right away. Believe it or not. I know people hate the kid. He's going to have a career regardless, whether it's a career backup. Someone's going to snag him right away. So either we trade him away and we get something for him, or we just keep him to the end of his contract. It's a cheap contract. That's how I look at it. Don't just waive him just to cut him. It's cheap. Just keep him. So Arnie says Pickett, Carlson, Stokes, only ones plus paying Christian Wilkins $40 million in dead money next year. Yeah, I would keep Snowden.
That's the person that I was gonna say was
Yep.
Snowden. He's shown some flashes of being pretty decent, honestly, especially stepping up when Malcolm Coots has not. Like, yes,
Yep. See, I would go with Pickett. Did you say Jamal?
I didn't say Jamal. No.
You didn't. I mean, Devin White. Yes, I agree with Devin White. Definitely agree with Booker because it's like, then why'd you trade for him if you're only just gonna, you wasted a third round pick at that point.
Yeah.
Or whatever round it was. I forget what it was.
Well, we traded what's his name, and he was a third or fourth.
Yeah. But I would keep Booker. I agree with that one. Parham, how bad I can't wait to get rid of him.
Yeah.
And this is the chance. So don't re-sign him. Just let him go. I'm even thinking Lucky Fotu too. To be honest with
Fotu is
you,
a good one. Yeah.
Mostert, Devin White. Zamir gone.
Gone.
See ya.
Yeah, gone.
I mean, he's already buried as number 4 in the depth chart. So it's like, what are we keeping him for? We can let him go, and he's gone and done it over with. Mostert, I don't know, man. I wouldn't bring him back. He's going to be 34.
Old.
Yeah, he's going to be 34. He's already got 10 years in the league.
And we could probably draft a good running back in the later rounds because the running backs this year were good too, and a lot of later round draft pick running backs this year came out and are having pretty good seasons. So I'm feeling like we can do the same thing this upcoming year.
Yep. I love the fact that there's Diablo. He got burned for a touchdown. What do you know?
By who? Who scored?
Durham. No, not Durham. Who's 82? Who's 82? Oh, Culp.
For some reason, my fantasy app is not
Oh, that wasn't Diablo.
updating.
No, that wasn't Diablo. My bad. They just showed him right away after the touchdown. I thought he got burned for it. I just like that both teams are wearing their old throwback uniforms.
Yeah, that's sick, huh?
I still like the old creamsicle ones, man. I don't care what anybody says.
I like those.
But yeah, we're in another sticky situation this year at the end of the season with free agents. We had 27 last year. We got 23 this year. But I think this year is easier than last year, to be honest with you.
Because everyone's played terribly.
Yep. Yeah, because you look at last year's free agent pool that we had, you got the likes of Chason, you got Mooring, you got Hobbs, you had Spillane, Diablo. Who gives a fuck about him? I'm glad he's gone. So I mean, you had some better talent that we let go of. That would they, if they would have been here this year, would they have made a difference? I think so.
A little bit, at least.
Chason definitely, because he probably would have beat out Kuntz for the starting spot without a doubt.
Yeah.
Spillane would have been a starter. No two ways about that.
Yeah.
Maury, probably. He probably would have still been a starter.
If we didn't sign Chin, then I probably
But I do like Chin now.
I do like Chin too.
Yeah, me too. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do at the end of the season. But again, depends on what the coaching situation is.
Yeah, exactly.
If these are guys that are going to be able to be used in whoever takes over in their scheme, some of these guys we haven't seen enough of. Yeah, and you're right too. He said, in my opinion, Pickett is AOC with mobility. Let Pickett groom our rookie QB. Everybody hates AOC, man.
Cut Kappa.
Hell yeah. Even though we're going to take a salary cap hit. See ya.
I don't care. Cut Kappa.
I want a bona fide center. I want a guy that's played center. That's all I care about. And not JPJ. I'm sorry. I like JPJ as a guard better. I know everybody's all like, no, that's not right.
I like JPJ as a guard too.
I think he's better suited as a guard. I'd keep Cam Miller over AOC.
I mean, I liked what Cam Miller showed in the preseason. I got to be honest.
Well, I would go with the training camp next year. If we draft a QB, right, I would go with what we have now minus Gino.
I'm cool with that.
I would go in with Pickett, AOC, Miller, and the rookie, with the intent that Pickett's going to be the starter. depending on how he finishes this season off. Who knows? AOC could beat him out too. You never know. I mean, the rookie could end up beating him out. But the biggest thing, man, if we don't address that offensive line and we go into it with a half-ass offensive line again, we're going to be right back where we are now.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Let's see. I thought Kuntz was Kuntz is a 1-year deal, so we have the option, that's why we didn't sign him long-term, because he was coming back from injury. We gave him that one-year contract to see what he can do. And he just hasn't done enough. I don't think he's done enough to warrant another extension, to bring him back. Not at all. Tyree's another one, We could have had Bijan and we took Tyree. Yep. What's up, Rock? How you doing, brother? Let's see. Clay, can't see you. Dunze, etc. Yeah, that Tyree pick fucked us, man. I'm way behind here. I like the green symbol. I do like their old logo. Their new logo is too much like they're trying to copy us, and I don't like it. Yeah, we are jinxed. PG and the whole defense is gone except for the rookies and maybe Max. I like how you said maybe Max. Let's see. Trade JPJ. He hurt every year. Oh, fucking Brendan Cowell, man. He's the one that's going to go. You know what? And you're right, Accelerator. He has shown flashes of playing somewhat decent at center, but he's still not the answer, man. Let's see. Kuntz has stepped up recently. It's funny because for a while Snowden was looking like he was playing better, but Kuntz has then stepped up a little bit, so it's kind of back and forth. What do you guys think about Raiders getting Burrow? We actually were just talking about that about 20 minutes ago. How we'd all obviously be in favor of, but what's it going to cost us? Is it going to cost us draft picks? Is it going to cost us players? What's the full ramifications going to be for this? How much is it going to set us back? Could it set us back, especially if we're giving up draft picks? But again, I would take him over any rookie quarterback right now. Hell yeah, provided we fix the offensive line. That's the whole point, man. That's the key to everything for this team going into next year, is getting this offensive line fixed. If we don't get this offensive line fixed, it doesn't matter who's playing quarterback back there. That's it, man. That's the main focus right now. I'm glad that JPJ can play 2 or 3 positions, and I don't care where he lines up as long as he plays. And you're right too, and that's the other thing. He's versatile. He can play left guard, right guard, center. He's not tall enough, and he doesn't have long enough arms to really play a tackle. So he's limited to those 3 positions. But you can still move him around between those 3 positions. So if for instance, your main center that you have goes out for half a game, you can move him in the center and bring in someone else to play guard. Boom, you're good. You won't miss much of a beat. What's up, Luke? Kubiak from Seahawks would be nice. I wouldn't mind him at all either. I just don't want no retread coaches. I'm done with that shit. No more of the Pete Carrolls, Josh McDaniels, and definitely not Gruden 3.0. That ship is sailed, man. I am done. Interesting. I feel like the old logo was trying to copy the Raiders, which is why I like it. The new logo is just generic pirate team. Well, I think they're more of trying to take on that with the new image that they have. I mean, it's not really a new image. They've been using that logo, that changed for years now. But it made me feel like they were trying to be more like the Raiders in a different way. When they switched to the pewter and, they went to a darker color, Whereas, I mean, you look at them wearing those creamsicles, you don't think of them as like swashbuckling, mean ass, raiding pirates, and you think of the guys that are like, standing by the coastline fishing or something, or working the fucking docks. Joe Burrow is worth a few first rounders. Well, I don't know about few. A lot of good alignment coming in the late rounds anyway. Yeah, when have we ever drafted a late round offensive lineman? When have you ever seen a late offensive lineman take off? It's been a while. You got to be a Raider, mind and body and soul to be a Raider. Yeah. It's not the O-line. It's the coaches. Our rookies were benched for washed-up veterans and misplaced linemen. Yeah, but misplaced linemen. But also look what's out there for talent. You've had Meredith out there. You've had Putnam out there. You've had Kappa. You've had Forsyth. You'd have Parham. Glaze is taking a step back. Now, is that him or is it the coaching? I think it's the coaching. JPJ with his issues this season, I think it's definitely coaching. Nate, disagree or agree with this statement? You look at how that offensive line played last year after the changes were made, meaning after the Turners took over, Philbin went to offensive line coach. How they played then, how we all felt at the end of the season, how the offensive line looked good. Colton Miller was progressively getting better each week. By the end of the season, he was obviously 100%, and he was playing better as the time went on and up until the last game before the season was over. I felt confident with this offensive line. But then how does it regress so bad from how the season ended with this line to what it looked like this season? And it's just god awful. I mean, we saw it week 1 in preseason, and then it's been that same way. It's never been a consistent same 5 every single game throughout the season. Granted, I know guys get hurt and everything, but this whole competition bullshit, it's definitely the fucking coaching. I can't put a finger on any other way.
Yep.
I mean, how does a guy like JPJ go from being such a great offensive lineman last season to he's in the doghouse and being out practiced, I guess, and outplayed by Kappa? I mean, come on, man, give me a break.
Yeah, that is insane to me.
How JPJ's got competition all season long, but Parham has zero competition. I guarantee you, Caleb Rogers was probably outplaying him in practice, but they just figure, well, he plays right side, Parham plays left. I bet you he could have played the left with no problem. You play God left or right, it don't matter much. You just got to learn your left from your right, I mean, how hard is that? Still a lot of words. And that hurts too. Yeah, no running game. That kills us. And I mean, let me ask you this, Nate. So what is your ultimate right now thought process on Genty with what you've seen this season and what you expected? Because I know what we all said before the season started.
Yeah.
So where do you stand from what you thought of before he started playing to where we are now?
Well, of course, we all expected more from him. It's not entirely his fault for where he's at currently, of course, and I think we all notice and recognize that. But he, of course, does share some blame for it. It's not solely just the offensive line, and it's not just solely him. It's the combination of both to be as bad as they are. But it's tough to be productive as a running back when you don't have anybody blocking for you in the front. He's consistently this whole entire year been getting hit behind the line of scrimmage and still somehow coming up with positive gains out of that too. It's like year 1-2 Josh Jacobs. Like he was consistently getting hit behind the line and somehow coming up with positive gains. It was crazy. And of course, we all expected Genty to be, this big time back and this bell cow back, but he obviously hasn't been getting the touches either. It's hard to get those numbers when he's not even getting the ball as well. It's only as of recently when he's been actually getting the ball as well. So it's hard. It's definitely hard. Yeah, for him.
Who are the top free agents on the offensive line? You mean in the NFL or on our team? Because
I think it's the NFL.
Yeah, I can bring that up. I'm going to bring it up on screen. So let's do this. Offensive lineman to this season. Oh, for now. Where are we? Here we are. All right. So can you see that?
It's a little small.
That's what she said. Let me get the banner over here. No, it's not letting me put it on. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just do it this way. Boom. Take us off screen. They can still hear us. They don't need to see our beautiful faces. So right now you've got, and I can blow it up this way too. That better?
There you go.
All right. So we've got, I mean, the ones that we've been kicking around and talking about is, where is he? He is right. Tyler Lindenbaum. That's the one that everybody's hoping we can somehow get. He's young. He's only 20. He'll be 26 by the time the season starts, but he's a bona fide center. He's probably the best center out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's the guy we all want to hopefully get. If we can get him, along with JPJ still there, if Glaze can get back to what he was last year, you got Caleb Rogers out there, and you got Miller. That's a damn good start right there. I think that would be a big difference. And if you want to draft another right tackle or get your next left tackle, because we don't know what we've got with Grant yet. We haven't seen him get in a game. You know, that's my feeling. I don't know if you feel any different with that.
No, I completely agree because we have an obvious need at the center position, and he is one of the better ones in the NFL. If we can somehow, get that and add it to what I honestly think we're not as far as an offensive line, considering if everybody's healthy and Caleb Rogers continues to progress. I don't think we're that far. I do obviously think we need to add, but yeah.
There's some good names on this list.
Yes, definitely.
Even if you start at the top, where it's the highest ones. I mean, you look at the age on, like, you got Braden Smith from Indy. You've got Jonah Williams from Arizona. He's 33 already. He's 35, 32. Connor McGovern, that's another good one, another center from Buffalo. I don't think you're going to see him leave. This one here surprised me this year. Pipkins in LA with the Chargers. I mean, he single-handedly in that Monday night game locked Max down. Everybody's like, "Oh, Max will be fine. He's playing against the backup on the right side." Dude, he owned him that day. Watch the game film on that. If you don't believe me, watch the game film from it. There were plenty of times where Max didn't get to do shit against Herbert that night. Elmanor's not a bad one either, and he was with us before.
He was with us before.
Him and Van Roten out in New York are having a good, decent year out there. Who else do you like on this list?
I'm gonna go, of course, lean towards the. I know, yeah, they're bad. I'm gonna, of course, try to lean the younger, players, mainly because they were. I can't go without, of course, mentioning a USC Trojan and Elijah Vera Tucker. He had some struggles. Yeah, had some struggles in New York, but I think you put him with potentially could be a better place and spot once we get new, coaching and a coaching staff. I like that idea, Elijah Vera Tucker. And then you brought up probably a really good under the radar guy in Trey Pipkins, to be honest. I really like that idea as well. He has definitely surprised a lot of people, and I think he's worthy of maybe taking a flyer on if it's not for 1 or 2 year deal.
Well, since that Monday night game, I've kind of paid attention when the Chargers were on TV to see how he does, and obviously I watched the game that you guys were at in LA, and he unfortunately did he get hurt in that one, or was it this
past one?
It was this Monday night he got hurt, right. And every time I've seen him play, the kid's doing damn good out there, man. And don't forget, he's taking over for Joe Alt, because Joe Alt was playing the right side. They moved him left side. Who was it that got hurt that was on the left tackle?
Rashawn Slater.
That's it. When Slater went out, they moved Alt to left, and they put Pipkins in on right side. I mean, if we would have had Mikhail Becton this year, would that have changed anything with this coaching staff? Probably not.
Probably not. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I honestly starting to really seriously consider that. Even if we had gone after offensive linemen in this draft, I think the coaching staff still would have fucked with them, where they wouldn't have been as effective as we thought they would have been. And then everybody be saying, "Oh, that guy's a bust. Why'd we bring him here?" It's actually probably a good thing we didn't, to be honest with you. Because then people will be like, "Why'd we get this guy? He's horrible." Well, it's the coaching, man. Don't take it out on the players. Which is good, because I don't see people getting mad at Colton Miller. I don't see people getting mad at JPJ. because he was playing so bad. But technically, was he really playing bad? I mean, for what he was getting for coaching, I mean, he's a second-year player. He's still moldable. You can still mold him into what your vision is as the coach. And if it's the wrong vision and you're not molding him the right way, he's going to come out fucked up. Like, look at Glaze. Miller's still going to be Miller because he's been in the league long enough. He knows right and wrong. And I'm sure he's probably sitting there going, why is this team acting? Like, why are the coaches doing this to us? Because he's not a vocal guy. That's the thing. He's not going to come out and say things,
Right.
Which is unfortunate. Let me go back to the chat here. So Linderbaum, Miller, JPJ, and possibly at right guard and right tackle in the draft would be fine. Yeah. Yep. I hope that answered your question on the free agents for offensive linemen. There's some good ones, man. I'm telling you. That's why when I first looked at it a couple of months ago, I was like, God damn, man, we're going to have a good shot at getting some good offensive linemen next season. And I hope it pans out. But coaching, that's the problem. Depends on who's here. Just real quick, a PSA to everybody. Make sure you get over to Nate's channel, LV Rated 10. Hit that sub, hit that notification. If you haven't gone to his channel yet, get your ass over to his channel. It's LV Rated 10. If one of my mods can put it in the chat so people can click on it, go over to his channel, hit that sub, hit the notification, give him the thumbs up for tonight. He's on with me every Thursday night on Raiders Coast to Coast, and him and I are on with Nate. He is Nate, with Jay and Leo on Wednesday nights on the Raiders Connection.
Yep.
The Raider Connection on Wednesday nights. But Nate also drops videos on his own too on the weekend. Usually, Fridays you put them out?
Yeah, I haven't as of recently because I got a new job, so I had it recently. But it's still
holidays mixing in there and everything, and
but yeah.
So make sure you show some love to this gentleman, man. Him and I have been together doing this now for over a year. We started early in the season last year. So this is, like I said the other night, this is one of the two shows I've got 3 good shows that I really love doing. It's this one here. It's the Raider Connection. The Tuesday night one's fun, but the Friday night one is really, really a fun one too. But I love what we've got going here. So
definitely.
Again, it's been a few weeks since we've been together, just the two of us.
True.
Nice catching up. Also, what are your thoughts on possibly trading for Cam Ward if the Titans?
I would be ecstatic for that. Because I'm pretty sure everyone knows my stance on Mendoza already. If we can get Cam Ward, just a 1-for-1 swap, I would be completely down for that.
Yeah, because they get the third. So that would mean if the Giants don't trade out of their spot, because we talked about this last night, about the Giants possibly trading out if they have the number 1 because they're not going to want a quarterback. The Jets is the one that scares me, and I think you agreed with that one last night. Mm-hmm. The Jets could move up because what you laid out last night was beautiful, the way you worded it and everything. If the Jets were to jump up to the number 1 and take a quarterback, that screws us up. But then again, does it really? Because then we can go a totally different direction, and the fans aren't going to get pissed because, hey, we didn't have the number 1 pick. What are you going to do?
I wouldn't be upset with it only because, I would be a little upset because then my plan wouldn't happen. But
True. Yeah.
But I actually think I might like Dante Moore a little bit more, so it would be an easier pill to swallow for me, considering that we didn't have the option at Mendoza, because I don't really like Mendoza. But
let's hypothetical, like he just asked. So if number 2 pick comes, it's ours. Titans are next up after us. They know we want a quarterback. If they say, "Hey, listen, let's swap picks and we'll give you Cam Ward."
Oh, I'm doing that 1,000 times out of 1,000. If we end up with the number 1 pick and say they want Mendoza, they're in love with Mendoza, cool. They swap. What are they at right now? Like the 4th or 5th?
I thought they were the 3rd pick, weren't they?
3rd? They probably are the 3rd or 4th.
Oh, I don't have the draft thing up. Oh no, I do have the mock.
It's New York, us, Cleveland, and then Titans, I think.
Hang on, I'll tell you in a second. I'm gonna run it right now. They're number 3 as of right now. The Titans are the 3rd.
3rd, okay. Yeah, I mean that would be beautiful because then we get Cam Ward, the third overall pick, and we can still add, whoever we want at that point, whoever's on the board.
Dude, if that happens, you imagine what if we did this, right? What if they trade with us? We go from 2 to 3. They give us Ward. They take Mendoza. So now Mendoza and whoever the Giants grab, which is probably going to be that kid Reese,
Yeah,
is off the board. Now that leaves us to pick fucking whoever we want.
whoever.
Imagine if we take Caleb Downs right there.
That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful.
You get the number 1 pick overall from the year before in Cam Ward because they gave up on him. We get him, so we get 2 first-round draft picks
Essentially.
basically.
Mm-hmm.
You get the guy from last year that was the number 1 overall, and then he's already played in the NFL, so he's got some playing experience.
And he's looked good too, in my opinion. I think he looks nice, potentially wise.
God, that is such a far-fetched idea, but I love every
I
minute
know,
of
huh? Legitimately
it.
far-fetched.
Seriously, what if the Jets call?
And then we can move back and get
Yeah,
Moigolo and plus another first at the 18 spot.
that's right. Yeah, because they got whose pick is it? They have the Rams.
The Colts.
Colts. Well, we need the Colts to keep sucking. Then that's what.
Right.
So that pick stays down too.
Right.
Oh God, man, this draft. There's so many different ways you could sit here and scheme this out. It's going to be interesting going into once we get to the point of doing mock drafts. I'm not ready for it yet.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to start doing the mock drafts. I did play around with it just to get familiar with the rankings and who's where and such. But I'm not ready to do a show with doing the mock drafts just yet.
Yeah.
But when we do, man, we can come up with some wild scenarios, provided we don't fall all the way back to like number 7.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't fuck
would
up
probably
and
be
win the
worst case
remaining game.
scenario.
Imagine that. Although we all said we'd be happy if we won 6 games this year after winning 4 last year. Well, we won 6. Yeah, but we fell back to like number 10 overall in the draft.
Yeah.
And then we're right back to status quo. We're just back to picking best available at that point,
Exactly.
instead of picking what we really wanted to take. Oh, God. I would trade Genty and Max and build around Bowers. I mean,
that's a
building
thought.
around Bowers isn't a bad move either. I just don't like the whole thought of some people sitting and say, "Oh, we need to just build around Max." They'll make you don't build the team around the defensive end. I'm sorry. Ask Cleveland how it's working out for them. Let's see, because Giants got Carmen Basillo, a way better O-line coach than Brennan Carroll. We got Philbin on the roster. Why is he not back in charge of it? That's what I'm getting at. He did such a great job last year. He turned those guys around because they weren't playing that great before he took over.
Yeah.
Once he took over, the offensive line got way better. Why are they still dicking around? It's his kid. He's not going to fire him, which sucks. Boy, the Titans owners might be dumber than Mark Davis if they're giving up on Cam Ward after 1 year.
No, legit though.
And they did. They gave up on Levis too. So they've set a precedent. I mean, they don't last with quarterbacks. Top priority is a good young head coach who can get a good offensive line coach who can actually coach and teach. Abso-freaking-lutely. Yeah, Jeff, he handles his job well. He doesn't get much help on the right side of the line. Yep. Herbert is crippled every year. Just send Harbaugh and Pete to the retirement homes. What's up, Pittsburgh? Is Jedrick Willis Jr. trash? He's 26 and available.
I like Jedrick Willis.
Pete and Harbaugh have mid-jello. Oh, mid-jello in the immediate futures. Nate. Oh, there you go. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Dixon.
Nate, did you get a new job with that tow company that put the hooks in your car? Oh,
That's messed up.
oh, that's bad. What a dick. But that was funny. Jets got a lot of first round picks that yeah, they do. Let's see. LB, what are your thoughts on Mendoza? I'm not sure if he's a leader of men. I'll let you go about Mendoza. You know more about the the college quarterbacks than I do. I don't claim to be a college aficionado. You watch way more college than I do.
This is the thing about Mendoza. Like, this is the thing about, honestly, the entire rookie quarterback class in general. To me, none of them have that dog mentality that you want at the top of, like, the first 3 picks of the NFL draft. Like, Cam Ward had that. I thought Jackson Dart had that. That's why I was so high on him. Like, those are the kind of guys that you want to pick at the 1 through 3 spot. Those are the guys that people trade up for. And I mean, obviously his talent is obvious. He's played well against good teams. He showed that against Ohio State. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. I just don't think that he could be one of those franchise changing type of players, in my personal opinion. Um, Obviously those are hard to come by, but when we're the Raiders and you have this kind of fan base, if you're not one of those kind of players, this team is not gonna want you. Like, this fan base is gonna be so divided on you unless you're an obvious, Patrick Mahomes type player. And that's what, the ultimate goal is. That's why you tank. That's why you lose these games, and that's why you choose at the top 3 positions to get guys like that. And in my personal opinion, Mendoza is just not that kind of person. He's not that kind of guy. Do I think he could possibly have a good NFL career? Yeah, I do think he could. But again, I don't think he's going to be in that upper echelon type of player. That's just what I think. I think that it could possibly, I believe Dante Moore could maybe get to like a cusp kind of player. But then we'd be having basically like a Derek Carr. And we obviously know how the fan base feels about Derek Carr. That's extremely torn as well. So that's what I think about Mendoza. Yeah, I just don't think that he would work as a Raider. That's basically it.
So you said something at the start there when you said they have that dog in them, and you thought Dart had. You not think Dart has that, or
No, that's what I'm saying. I think that Dart had it, Cam Ward had it. Other players that have been taught that have been
well, you said the way you said it. I'm sorry. It might have just been because you said I thought Dart had it, so I thought you were thinking he had it at one point, but you don't think he does.
Oh, no.
All right,
Yeah,
so all right, never mind. I just mistook the way you said it. Then what's up,
gotcha.
Sacktown Mike? What's up, brother? Let's see. What's up, Raider Nation? Jason, what's going
What
on,
up,
man?
Jason?
How we doing? Yeah, I'm good to go, man. So again, thanks to everybody that shouted out me this week. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Little scare on Sunday, but I'm good. I'm not gonna lie. My biggest worry when I was walking into the emergency room, I'm like, man, I hope this doesn't fuck up my weekend next weekend going away. I'm like, if I'm stuck in this hospital for a few days and it fucks up that trip, I was gonna be so mad. Well, I've been looking forward to this since I finally made the decision that we were gonna go. It's like I want to have a good time. We can go down there and I can relax on this one. Plus the tickets are bottomed out.
Yeah.
They dropped even more since we were on last night and I was talking about it. Let's see. I can debate Mendoza. You guys have not watched him. Knock it off. Should get you two on together and you guys can hash it out. Because I'll tell you what, Jason is. Have you ever seen any of his shows when he's on? How he talks about dude, he's got. Well, he's like me. He doesn't work anymore, so he's got all the time in the world to watch this shit. So, but man, he's got some knowledge, man. He's good. He's good. That's why I like having him on Saturday nights too, man, because he just brings another whole booth to it. Oh, look at this dummy in the chat. Be positive, dummy. Stop. You got to cheer for them touchdowns. Remember that. Let's see. Brandon says, I don't think we are that hard. Did DC change the franchise? No, but I still love the guy. Play hard, win some games, and respect the Shield. That's how you get over with the Raider fans.
See, that's the thing. That's what I was talking about. Like, I personally love DC too. I think Derek Carr was a great quarterback for us, and I think we didn't build around him correctly. But that's my opinion, and that's obviously your opinion too. Other people's opinions are they hate Derek Carr. They thought he was the worst quarterback. We should have never drafted him. We should have never had him. Like honestly, it's crazy how many people think that. It's wild.
It just sucks that the time that Carr was here, we had such a talented team, but we could just never get over that hump. You know, we had receivers. We just I don't know, man. It just the 20 teens were just felt like we were just stuck in the mud. Now I feel like we're not stuck in the mud. We're in fucking quicksand up to our fucking eyeballs right now. We ain't moving nowhere. Not until something has got to fucking break at some point. I know people keep saying we're cursed. And I just wish there was a magic wand we could wave and we could just move on from everything. It's like I'd never wished the season to be over so fast as this one.
Yeah.
Because even last year, towards the tail end of the season, we looked like we were improving, and we had, hopes of a better year this year. And boy, were we wrong. I think more might.
That's what I'm saying. I think more might have a little bit too more.
Nate, state your evidence. Mendoza does not have that dog in him. Can I show you 3 games where there is some dog in him?
We could go for hours. We could have a whole nother show about this, Jason. I promise that.
Ellie loves mid. Listen. So, Nate, who's Notre Dame playing in a bowl game this year? Who they got?
Oh, that's funny. I think Leo knows. We should ask Leo.
Leo, who's Notre Dame playing in the bowl? Actually, better yet, who they matched up against in the championships or in the playoffs?
Yeah.
His offensive line loves balls out for him. Connor absolutely changed the team while he was there. Let's see. Commented Mendoza. What's up, Nick D? I'm all in for Mendoza. I am too. Just everything that I've heard about him. I mean, I don't know. I get so nervous. If Pete's here, then we just can't. If we take him with Pete, we're so doomed. We're doomed.
Yeah.
What's up, Bill M? Derek Carr was fine. Tough. Losing Ruggs was horrible. Yeah, that definitely did hurt because the kid was starting to really come into his own too.
Mm-hmm.
2016 killed me. Yep. Would have much rather seen DC than this BS. Yeah, you blame McDaniels for that one. Me too, Dixon. Bring that misfit over to the top side. Let's see, we had a better coach at the end of the season last year. Yeah. Oh, Leo, I'm not even going to put that on the screen. That was mean.
Who was the intern last year?
What do you mean, who was the intern?
At the end of last season.
AP was the coach for the whole year.
Oh, he was? I'm dumb. I forgot. He made it sound like he got hurt. I mean, he got fired.
He did after the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My bad.
Jeez, you guys are worse than you guys. Oh, I don't want Gruden back. Hell no. I want nothing to do with him.
I love Gruden, but I don't want him back either.
Well, I liked him. I'm not crazy about him. I don't want him back. I really didn't want him back on the second stint, but no choice. It was AP. He was coach. You're dumb. Bijan just scored. Thank you.
Fuck. I didn't need that.
Well, who are you playing against?
No, in my money league. I'm playing against Bijan. Fuck.
I'm playing against Rafa in the other league right now this week. I know. Am I? Is it? No, we're not in the playoffs yet, are we? In that
I don't
league?
know. I don't think
In
so.
2 weeks?
I'm playing you though.
Oh shit! That's right. This is the last game of the season, and then playoffs start.
Oh, I got the first seed either way.
Yeah, even if you lose this week, you're still number one. I'm number two.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we got nobody playing in this game. It looks like, right? Nah. Yeah, it was 0-0. Dude, my big money league last week playoffs started and San Fran was on a bye. So
Yeah.
imagine having that'd be like me right now. If I had to play you last week, I would have been screwed. No McCaffrey.
Yeah.
At least I got him going into the playoffs. Thank God. Let's see. What does Brandon say? Gruden had us going in the right direction before everything went down. I'm just saying he did. I will give you that. He did
No, he
until
did. I agree.
the Ruggs situation, the email bullshit, and then he resigned, and everything just went to crap after that. Although we were still playoff
We still
team.
made the playoffs. Yeah.
And then McDumdum came in and just dismantled the team, just basically destroyed that team. And in the meantime, while he was here his first year, he ran the living hell out of fucking Josh Jacobs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he ran the wheels off of that kid. And then the next year, it's as if he didn't even know who Jacobs was.
Yep.
Billy used him. It's a joke, man. I hate that guy. This season feels like it's going off. It does, doesn't it?
Really.
I mean, it legit feels like it was a year ago since Nate was here, and it's only been a couple of months. Seriously. Oh, what's up, Lucky? What's going on, man? Let's see. Gruden also left us with no future and traded away a generational player. Gee, who was that generational player? Who was that? I think we just played him last week, right? Or 2 weeks ago? Man, he's unbelievable.
To be fair, I agree with the trade.
I mean, for what we got for him, pick-wise, before we made the picks, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What we did with the picks? Oh, hell no.
That it literally could have set us up for even till now.
That would right there, that was the Raider future right there.
Yep.
That was the future cornerstone for this team going forward if it was done right. But nope. Screw that one up. They should study Raiders PTSD in psychological circles. Yeah. They should all be put in the freaking crazy house for staying with this team as fans. Still wouldn't have it any other way, though. I'm never leaving. I wonder if Gruden was still. I wonder if Gruden was still here. We'd be in this predicament right now. I think we would. I don't think anything would have changed just based on what he did with those draft picks that he got for Mac.
Yeah.
Yep. Coulda, shoulda, never happened. Yep.
Yeah.
Who's you guys' best? All right, here's a good question for you. Who you got for your best? Who's the one if Pete Carroll's fired today, and we're starting to look at a search for next year, and we got to compile names. Who's in your list?
I don't know. I really don't know. That's the
You've already
problem.
named a couple today.
Did we?
Yeah.
Besides Salah?
Oh, maybe that was the only one.
I mean, I like Salah. I don't know if he would be my number one pick. He would be my like my B pick, my B plan. Because I still want an offensive minded head coach.
Oh my God.
But I don't know.
Just real quick. They just put a stat up on TV. 17 penalties tonight for the Atlanta Falcons.
Wow.
17 in one fucking game?
That's
holy
crazy.
Shit. That no wonder they're losing.
Oh, you know what? I think Leo got Leo got it right here. Salah would double as OC.
That's what I said last year at the end of the season when they let AP go. my wish, my dream squad for coach would have been Vrabel as the head coach,
Yep.
Dayball come in as the OC,
Yep.
and Sala was the DC. That's who I wanted. But as
That's
soon as Jared
beautiful.
Mayo got shit canned, boop, Vrabel was out of the picture. Then it would have been I don't know who at that point. But I think Dayball would have done a great job as an OC for us.
Mm-hmm.
With what we have for players at the time, I think we would have been good. We would have been good. Because again, you've seen what he's done. You know, his time in New England. Look at how he molded those two tight ends and what they became. Well, granted, one of them became a murderer, but anyway. Then when he went to Buffalo, how he got there after Josh Allen was already there. He corrected Josh Allen and got Josh Allen to be the player that you see now on the field. You know, so you can see what he can do. You can see his vision. You know, and with the two tight ends we already have now, and if we had a different quarterback, things could have been different, man. I seriously consider that he would have probably definitely put us in a much better predicament than where we are now. We'd be in a much better place. God, could you imagine that team right now with those three coaches running the show? Man, I guarantee we wouldn't have let some of those free agents go that went.
That would
I
have been
guarantee
nice.
Chase on and Spillane would still be here. I don't think he would have let those two go. Spillane was the like second in charge on that defensive unit. Him and Max. I mean, you saw it with the way they handled each other on the, you know, the way they handled themselves on the field with the defense. Yeah, there's a lot of ifs, Leo. I know. So let's see what the chat's got laid out here. So we've got a Mike LaFleur. Let's see.
What up, Marcus Banks?
Feel good about Shula and we got a Shula and a Kubiak as our next head coaches.
I don't really like those guys, to be honest.
Leo said already Sala and Dayball.
I mean, maybe Kubiak.
Nick says Sala. Flores from Minnesota. Oh, not that one. Kubiak, Chris Shula, LaFleur could be options.
Maybe
I'm
LaFleur.
surprised. I haven't seen it yet, but nobody's said Joe Brady yet. Unless I haven't gotten to it.
No, I haven't seen any Joe Brady's yet.
Nope. Dayball still coaching last year. How was Dayball? No, I bet if he got fired is what I was saying. If Dayball would have been fired, that would have been a beautiful setup. 17 penalties and still down by exactly. That's what I'm getting at, Bueno. They're losing, but they just got the turnover too. Yeah, they're down 28-20. 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 17 penalties. That's
Stop
insane.
giving it to Bijan, please.
No, they're back on offense now. They're at their own 34, 33.
Or make
Oh, look at that. He
Bijan
just
go.
handed it off to Bijan, and he just ran it for a first down. 5 more yards. Yep. That was a nice 15-yard run. So we got LaFleur, McVay tree guy. Yep. Let's see. What do we got here? Niner fans here in the Bay Area. Petrified that we will lure Sala away. Good.
I would be too.
We hire coaches who got fired from other teams. That makes you think Dayball going to do better with us. What makes you think? Because he was a head coach. I'm not saying Dayball is the head coach, but him coming in as an OC, he's a good off. He's just like McDaniels. McDaniels is a horrible head coach. Absolutely one of the worst. But he's a good offensive coordinator. Proof's in the pudding. Just look what's happening in New England.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you give him the weapons. He's going to come up with a scheme that's going to be best suited for that team. I mean, the Patriots are on fucking fire. As much as it hurts me to say, trust me, I hate admitting it. Let's see. What's up, Marcus? What's up, Dave Harris? What's
Dave?
going on? Let's see. I see you, Eric, in those comments you left on the last live. Who else? Yep, Joe Brady is overrated, he's saying. Marcus Freeman, but we don't deserve him.
No.
I know Nate's feeling on that.
Soft. I know I said it a couple of days ago. I think I would like Marcus Freeman. That was before they opted out of the bowl game. Soft. Bro is soft.
Absolute no on that. That's what I consider a retread. I do not want Bruce Arians. I'm done with that one.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Leo. They won't let the tank happen to get him. Get the fuck out, Dayball. Wouldn't mind Mike McCarthy as oh my God, no. Coach from Michigan available. Who's the that's never mind.
I was
That's
gonna
all the
say,
bullshit.
yeah,
It took me a
Sherrod
second on
Moore.
that one. Something of be a second. That's what?
Oh, okay. To be SC, SC's daddy.
Oh, South Cal. If you sign up for the tank, you out. Yep. So, I mean, everybody's kind of throwing out the same names as far as like a thought process for a head coach.
Yeah. What up, Marcus Banks?
I mean, don't forget, we still got Black Monday to come too, so there'll be more available.
Yeah, definitely.
And again, you got to remember too. So if a coach gets fired, so let's say Shanahan gets fired, and the whole coaching staff gets let go. So you're going to look at these guys that get let go too. They didn't really technically get fired, like the OCs and DCs. You can't look. It's the head coach that gets canned, and the GM and the owners, they just clean house and everybody goes. So these guys become available. Yeah, they have a mark on them because they were with that head coach when that head coach got fired, so they lost their job because of that. It might not necessarily be because of what they did on the field with the with the product they put out on the field too. They might have had a decent product, but the head coach just wasn't getting the job done, so they want to go a different route. So, there's going to be some guys that are available that are still good options, but you can't really fault them for what happened the year before. So, I mean,
I'm looking
I
at
don't know.
Mike.
Am I making sense what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Do
no,
you
I
get
get what
I'm
you're saying. I think Mike McDaniel is going to be one of the guys that gets canned on Black Monday, and that's someone else I would really look at for an offensive coordinator position.
Fucking that little rat face bastard. Oh, I fucking hate that. That is a coach I can't stand. I can't stand him for two reasons. One, when he was in Denver all those years, and two, what he did to RG3.
Oh yeah,
He fucking ruined that kid. That's all his fault. It's completely 100% Shanahan's fault for why that kid did not last in the NFL. What's up, Tyler?
Mike LaFleur.
Really, Jay? Leo? Matt Nagy.
Matt Nagy. I think I'm okay off Matt Nagy too.
Yeah, I'm good on that one. And you talk about Harbaugh from Baltimore? Nah, I'm good.
I would not be against that, honestly.
There's another name that hasn't come up yet that we've been talking about already before.
Who's that?
I'm trying to give a hint. He's close. He coaches for a team close to the Hall of Fame.
He's not going to get fired.
I know that, but that's a name that's been getting tossed out by people.
Yeah, I don't.
There's a certain show out there that throws his name out all the time.
There you go. Well, I mean, he got it close, but not.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, you're right, Nick. That's exactly what I was referring to as Tomlin.
Yeah.
I mean, would I take Tomlin? I think I'm already on record saying, yeah, I would. I seriously would, because I think he could come in and have an attitude adjustment on this roster. I think he's that type of coach.
I don't know. Honestly, I would rather give Cliff Kingsbury his second head coaching position. That's what I would do. I think Cliff Kingsbury is a good offensive mind. If we can find a good defensive coordinator, he can develop quarterbacks. Like, I would rather do that than. Plus, he's going to be around for a long time.
Well, and that's just it too. That's why I still rather go with a younger OC minded coach, because I want someone that we know is going to be here for a while, especially if we grab Mendoza, that coach that's here better be a younger coach.
Yeah.
I mean, Tomlin's still younger. He's younger than Pete Carroll by a lot still. Yeah. So, I mean, that's not a bad thing, but I don't want Pete Carroll touching that. No. No. Stefanski, Tomlin.
He was
Bill
asking
says
which one.
no. The same idiot said Bill Belichick. I didn't say Bill Belichick. Me? Who said Bill Belichick? Fuck Bill Belichick. I don't want him anywhere near this team either. I feel like
No,
Tomlin is
thank
burnt
you.
out. He may need a year or two off, maybe do some TV. Wrong, Mike Shanahan, you good. Wrong, Mike Shanahan. Either way, the last name, fuck that name. Warren is younger than Mendoza.
Yeah.
By what, 1 year? 2 months? Tomlinson would be fired if you could get Dayball. Oh, Tomlinson would be fined if you could get. I don't want Tomlinson running the offense.
Right. Yeah.
At this
And
point,
you can't
rehire
hire any
Gunther, Tom Cable.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Oh. Who's? Oh, he said that? Your favorite YouTuber said that? Said Bill Belichick?
Apparently.
Are you shitting me? Who the no way, man.
Tomlinson cannot hire fucking offensive coordinators for his life. He cannot hire offensive coordinators. I don't know what it is, but he never picks the right one. He never picks the right one.
Can't pick a quarterback either after Roethlisberger.
Nope.
How many have they gone through since then? Let's see. Pickett, Russell Wilson, Justin Fields was there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the other one too?
Mason Rudolph.
Who's the
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, but there was another one too. Trubisky. Right? Wasn't Trubisky? Mitchell Trubisky signed. Oh, was that Chicago?
I don't think so. He was in Chicago.
It was Chicago. All right. Pittsburgh, Chicago, kind of the same fucking city.
Not really.
Who said Bill Belichick? Doesn't matter. I don't care. It's the same last name. Shanahan's a Shanahan. He's fell off that fucked up tree. I don't want him near me or the team. You stick to your Saturday show. Leave me alone. Rudolph. So, well, who do you think's the X factor in this game Sunday for the Raiders?
For the Raiders, I think it has to be honestly Kenny Pickett. He has to show up if we have any kind of semblance of winning this game, and it's going to be a tough ask considering the weather conditions and the fact that the Eagles are coming off a bad game and they're going to want to get right, especially against a bad team that they should win against. I think that it's going to be an uphill battle for this Raiders. So I think it's going to be Kenny Pickett commanding this offense. That's going to have to be who we run through because I can't see any other way, to be honest. I really don't.
About a defensive X factor for us.
Defensively,
Max Crosby.
Obviously, but like it has to be just the run stopping in general because I think they're going to want to establish the run, especially since Saquon hasn't been that effective. I think that it's going to definitely it's going to try to go through Saquon because Jalen Hurts had a pretty bad game this past week. They're going to want to take the ball out of his hands to limit the turnovers. So it's going to go to Saquon. And so our defense has to be stout against the run this weekend.
All right. So my X factor on offense, no, I'm not going Genty. I'm going to stick with what I picked last week. I went with Betch last week. And the reason I'm going with him this week is because I saw that he targeted him a lot when he was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Or I was looking for him more. So I'm gonna go with Betch again this week. I think could be the issue, could be the one for us on offense. I was gonna go Bowers at first, but I'm like, that's an obvious one. But I'm gonna go Betch. On defense, I'm gonna go Darian Porter. I want to see what he's got. I want to see what he's got against this offense and what he can do against Smith and oh my God. Why am I drawing a blank?
Say it again.
Against their wide receivers. Oh my God. I got one of them on my team.
Devonta Smith and AJ Brown and
That's it. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. So what do you got for a score prediction?
Oh, I don't remember what I said that the Eagles were going to score yesterday, but I did say the Raiders were going to score 10.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would be somewhere around like the 28 to 10-ish range. Maybe 31-10. Let's go 28-10. I think that's what I said last night.
28-10?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still sticking with mine. 30-21 us. Can you imagine if we put up 30 points? Extract what we'll be doing. She's going in this time. Yeah. Yes, she is. She's getting to watch the game. If we lose, it's her fault because I was inside the stadium when we won last time. So if we lose, we're gonna blame her.
Stupid.
She's gonna leave me in fucking Philly. I'm gonna have to fucking fly home. How about that amazing right tackle? The Jets got 3-9, baby. Talking about Membu.
Yeah.
Let's see. They're going to get run over by Saquon early, so Kenny will have to throw the ball early and often. Which, in that case, that unfortunately takes Genty out of the equation early. Unfortunately, again, But I don't know, man. I don't think Olsen's the kind that's going to get away from the run. He's still going to try and establish the run. I hope. So is this season over yet? Can we just get this year over? He's laughing at Betch. He said, Betch for the street. Why not, man? And if I'm right, and if it happens, then what? Then F you. What about right tackle? Who's asking about him? Never mind. X Factor for LV is the OL. Let's go get Trevor Lawrence. I wouldn't be opposed to that one.
I would not be opposed to that either.
No. Should always dogging on one of our guys is getting old.
I agree. That and like rooting for Notre Dame, that's getting old too.
Oh, that's
Those
are his faults. What are you gonna do? I mean, not everybody's perfect like you and I,
I know.
So we can dog Gino, but not other players. We dog O-lineman, but not other players. That's right, fan. How you want?
Only we can dog. You can't, Leo. That's obvious.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear any negativity from you anymore, Leo. All right.
Yeah.
You're not allowed.
You dummy.
You're not allowed. You dummy.
From the mouth of JT the Brick, you dummy. Bunch of dummies. God. Oh, they scored.
Who scored?
It's 26-28. What the hell? I missed it.
Oh, it's probably fucking Bijan.
Wow, look at this, man. The Panthers and the Buccaneers play each other twice in the last 3 games. God, Panthers Bucks next week. Then they play someone else the week after, and then the last week of the season they play each other again.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right at the end like that, man. That's kind of fucked up. I think they need to work on that, man. Your division, you need to play your division. Everybody at the beginning of the season once, and then everybody at the end of the season. I mean, this is crazy, man. They're playing each other twice in the last 3 games.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
That's not right. Well, think about it. Somebody gets injured now. They get injured in the first game, and they're not going to be able to play in the second one. It's only a week away. Let's see. Oh, fucking Money Chuck, man. He comes in fucking fists up right away. Jesus. Let's see. My dog Bijan gonna win this. I wanted that fool over Tyree. Everybody wanted something over instead of Tyree. Trust me.
I understood the Tyree pick, but retrospectively, wow, it was so bad.
Yeah. Well, what do you got coming up? Anything?
Nothing coming up. I will be at the Giants game though. I'm looking forward to doing that. I will be doing like some more interview content there because I want to get just kind of like Raiders fans at the end of the year, considering the year that we've had. So it would be interesting to kind of just talk to fans that don't really have a voice on social media. I always like doing that. So that's what I'm planning on doing for sure.
All right. Nate will be back on Wednesday night at the for the Raider Connection, along with myself, Leo, the negative grumpy guy in the chat, Cheetah Linus, and Jay from Just Raiders Baby. So we'll be on next Wednesday night, Raiders Connection, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific. And then next Thursday night, Nate and I will be back on with Raiders Coast to Coast. So we'll do a little bit more talking about how my weekend went in Philly.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm leaving first thing tomorrow morning. So I plan on hopefully popping on for the Friday night show for a little bit here and there, depending on what's going on tomorrow night. Because tomorrow night's the meet and greet. It's going to be at the hotel bar there, and then Saturday night is the bigger event. We'll be at the cigar bar Friday night. And then during the day, we'll be at Misconduct, which is a restaurant bar in downtown Philly. But I am going to make a stop at Mitchell and Ness, too, while we're there. Hit their flagship store in Philly.
That'd be
want to go in and take a look. Yeah. Just to see what it looks like. I'll do some. I'll see if I'm allowed. I'll video while I'm in there. Get some shots of some shit. And then Sunday's the day. Sunday's game day. Snow's in the forecast. So we'll see how cold it's going to be. Hopefully not. Let me know what. Let me know when you get to this. Yeah, I'll let you know, Leo, for sure. I'll just send it in the group chat. So if anybody else, I want that Marshawn one. Hey. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna have a good time. It'll be fun. I know Dawn's getting excited now. Well, she's been sick all week, so she's been getting nervous too. She's been fighting a cold, but she's a little bit better today.
That's good.
Yeah. So we'll be leaving here hopefully by 7.
It's not okay, Leo, but it's all right. You can't like. You can only like Raider players, Leo, and you don't even like Raider players. So what the heck?
Let's see. I cried when they chose Tyree. He's trying to let go. You keep bringing it up, buddy, Chuck. Later, Bill M, man. Later.
All right, man.
Yeah, let you know what the Marshall one. What else did I miss? It's okay for me to like Marshall. That is. Yeah, no, she's much better. So, all right, everybody. I'll see you at some point over the weekend. The Friday Night Mic Drop show is still going to be going on tomorrow night. Raider will be in charge tomorrow night.
Oh, cool.
So he will be running the show. It's entirely up to him when he puts the link up or whatever. He's in charge. Saturday night, the Raiders Last Call is going on as planned with Jason Downs and Chris for Raiders, and there will be a special guest on there. I may pop in. I may not. Depends. And then I will be putting out some live shorts here and there while I'm at the game for sure.
Nice.
So I'm excited.
It'll be dope.
I've never been to a game in Philly. I've been to Philadelphia, but never been to a game there. So I'm looking forward to it. So until next time, everybody, as I always say, stay safe and go Raiders.
Charles Woodson would say, Raiders. Yeah.